Here's the thing I don't like about this canceled thing that no one's talking about. I have friends who, I'm friends with Shane Gillis, friends with all these guys, and they always go, people always go, they're fine. They got $1 million. They got more fans off of this. They're now I've heard of him. I never heard of him before. The cancel actually, it's like, it's not that. It's the pain and sorrow and the whole world hating you and shitting on you and trashing you. For people who claim to be so compassionate and like, we got to help everybody, lovey-dovey, you're like ruining someone's psyche. They're going to kill themselves. And all these people talk about like mental health. We got to help. You're giving someone depression and like utter sadness, and you don't even care or realize it. And you're doing it purposefully. I don't know. That's so mean. They don't realize they're bullies.
The purposeful part is what sucks.
Yes.
And it's because they don't know, like, they don't know Shane.
That's
He's
what
just
it
like
is.
a guy they can't personalize, can't humanize him because they don't know
That's
him.
what it is. And we're getting more and more into that because it's all computer screen, and like even your Twitter icon is a picture of a Mustang or some shit, so it's not a human, it's just this name, it's this entity.
Exactly. And now, even though Shane has moved past that,
I don't think he ever will, to be honest.
Well,
mentally.
Yeah, mentally, right. And he's now known, like, he's a funny comic, and I like him.
Killer.
But he will be known to a lot of people as the guy who got fired from SNL before being on the cast.
Yeah, exactly. It's this kind of scarlet letter, very like tribally, weird kind of Middle Ages way. Like, put the letter A on him for asshole forever, and he has to walk through the streets. People are throwing tomatoes. I mean, it's very old school, and It's sad. And they don't give a shit. They're brushing their teeth, going, "All right, I stopped a racist." You're like, great. What do you don't even know the guy.
Exactly.
It's horrible. I hope eventually we flip around to canceling them.
I think they will eventually, because I think more and more people realize how, maybe I'm being too optimistic, how silly it is to boil down a person's entire existence to one moment that like, they don't know anything else about Shane. They don't know how he grew up. They don't know how he is day in and day out. And they're boiling down their knowledge of him to one quote on a podcast. Like, that's just ridiculous when you really think about it. Or you don't think about the growth that somebody, even if he's making a joke, like Kevin Hart, not you, Kevin Hart, but real Kevin Hart.
The black one.
Getting bumped from the Oscars, like 10 years ago, he probably wouldn't make that. He was making a joke then, but he probably wouldn't even make that joke now.
Of course.
Stuff changes.
He's not that stupid. Yeah, stuff changes. I mean, I do a joke about this in my act, but at some point, somebody was a man, now they're a woman. You understand that change, the transition.
Yeah.
Why don't you understand the mental opinion change? I just don't get it. And I think a lot of it is internal. A lot of it is like my friend was on a podcast. I'm not going to say his name. He made a gay joke. And the guy also on the podcast, it was like 6 people on a Zoom. And he was like, I'm out. I can't believe you make a joke like that. Well, and he's like, I'm a comic. I'm fucking around. I'm not homophobic. It's a joke. And the guy walked. He left the pod. And he was like, wow, that was weird. And he's like, you're a homophobe. Wow. He went nuts on the guy. And on my friend, I was like, my friend was like, that was kind of out of left field. And then we did some research. Apparently that guy has a photo of him in the 80s with a shirt that says like, I hate fags or something. He's like, and you're like, oh, that's what this is.
Yeah.
You got your own shit and you're scared this will come back to you. So you have to overreact angrily and yada, yada. And you're like, you don't actually think I'm homophobic. You just think I got to cover my ass here. And I think that's a lot of it for people. They're on Twitter going, you said this right. Like, you've had a million racist thoughts, and maybe this is your way of feeling better about those, is calling this comedian a racist or whatever it is. I think there's a lot of that in all this shit.